The CLT Life presents the Charlotte Region Weekly Market Activity Report from Canopy REALTOR Association, hosted by Jimmy Grappone with Costello Real Estate and Investments. What's up, everybody? It's Jimmy Grappone here with the CLT Life and the CLT Life Home Team. Today I'm bringing you the Charlotte Region Weekly Market Activity Report for the week ending May 1st, 2021, as provided by Canopy REALTOR Association. That is the local MLS for the Charlotte region. So what we're going to be doing is looking at numbers week over week and year over year, showing the trends that are happening in the local real estate market. I'm sure that you've heard we're in a hot seller's market right now. Not a lot of inventory, and everything that is on the market is going under contract pretty quickly and getting higher than asking price. And this is the data that actually shows what's going on. So just want to look at some high level numbers right here. So this is going to be week over week change, meaning year over year change, for the week ending May 1st. So there are 18.5% more new listings in the week ending May 1st, 2021 versus 2020. There was a 19.2% increase in pending sales, but there was a 67.5% change in actual inventory, which we're going to see that in a couple of slides. So new listings increased up to 1,398. Pending sales increased to 1,340, and inventory decreased to 3,000. Now, for the month of April, this is the last full month of data that we have. You'll see that the median sales price increase. This is for April 2021 versus April 2020. It went up 14.7% to a little bit over $315,000. This is a good indicator of home values appreciating, more so than looking at average sales price. List to close decreased 17.8% to 74. That's the number of days. They're measuring the number of days from the time that the listing goes into MLS, the sign goes in the yard, until it's under contract, goes through the whole closing process, and actually closes. So 74 days. So that's sales are happening about 16 days faster from list to close year over year. Percentage of the original list price received went up 3.4% to 101%. That means on average, people are getting more than what they're actually asking for on listings. And as you see home prices going up, people are asking for more and they're getting it right now. And finally, the month supply of homes for sale decreased 71.4% to 0.6 months of inventory. So a balanced market, which I've never actually seen in the Charlotte market. I've been here since 2013 and I have not experienced a 6-month inventory situation yet. So anything less than that is going to be a seller's market, and that's when you're going to see home prices appreciating. And so we went from 2.1 months of inventory last April to 0.6, or basically about 18 days worth of inventory this past April. So just want to go through and show some of these slides so you can also see trends that are going on this year. So February this year, we had 1,184 new listings the first week of February, stayed in that 1,100 mark throughout February. And then we hit the high water mark so far for this year was the first week in March with 1,400 new listings. That's a traditional first week of the spring market. Then it slowed back down a little bit, but we've been creeping up. We had almost 1,400 new listings last month. And a year ago, you'll see there were only 1,180 new listings. When you look at these numbers right here, when we were under 1,000 new listings, this is from April of 2020. And this is, if you remember, this is back during the lockdowns. People couldn't leave their house. We weren't allowed to show houses in Mecklenburg County. They're just very strict, very restrictive. There are restrictive rules, I guess, on if we could even show houses and how we could show them. So for that reason, there were fewer listings that went on the market. Next slide is pending sales. So the green indicator here is year over year, and then the black indicator is current activity, so number of pending sales. So we've got 1,340 pending sales. So that's homes that went under contract in the week ending May 1st. So in a week, 1,340 houses went under contract. And a year ago, there were 1,124 that went under contract. So the activity is up 19% year over year. Looking back into April, because again, April, there was really no activity at all in April of 2020. Seeing numbers like 40%, 108% more activity, 51% more pending sales in the months of April. So finally, last year in May, activity started to increase a little bit compared to April. And again, April of 2020, we were just completely shut down. So, and we're in a different place right now, obviously, in regards to the pandemic. I think we're going to continue to see more numbers, more listings hit the market as more and more people are vaccinated, more and more people are comfortable putting their house on the market, having people come into their homes. They're more confident that they're seeing what other people are getting. They're seeing their neighbors put their house on the market and get multiple offers and get $20,000 over what they're asking for. That's a pretty good incentive. If you're thinking about selling, that's a pretty good incentive to put your house on the market and test the market as well. So we're going to see more and more of those home sellers who have been sitting on the fence, who've been on the bench for a year or more, finally decide, hey, this is probably a pretty good time to put my house on the market. And when that happens, it's going to be better for buyers because there's going to be more selection for them. Inventory of homes for sale. Boy, look at this number. This is a year ago. In early February of 2020, there were a little bit over 8,000 homes on the market. That number went steadily down in March, and then started going. And this is pre-pandemic, right? And started going up a little bit, and then into April, we had these houses on the market. They were taking a little longer to sell. We were up around a year ago. We were up around 9,000 homes on the market, 9,226. This year, look at this number just go down. That means this arc right here went, took a skydive. So we're down to 3,000 homes available as of May 1st on the market, and buyer demand has not slowed down. If anything, it's increased, and there's just fewer homes available. So homes available down 2/3, down 67.5%. And that stat right there explains why we're seeing so many offers on homes. We're seeing multiple offer situations constantly because there's an influx of buyers. Imagine all the people in Charlotte looking to buy a home. There's only 3,000 homes available. You got people moving to Charlotte every day. You've got renters that are looking for more stability, millennials who are looking to buy a house for the first time. People who are upsizing or downsizing, all the different things that go into wanting to buy a house. All these things are happening. There's only 3,000 homes to choose from in a city of over 1 million people in the region. So we need more inventory. We need for this craziness to stop, to end. We've got to get back to these levels. 10,000, 12,000, 13,000 homes for sale. There's got to be just more inventory. And the builders are struggling right now too. The builders are seeing an increased price in a lot of their supplies. You've probably heard of the lumber shortage. Then there was that fire in the Dallas plant that was a result of the big power outage. A company that makes the resin for vinyl windows. So the price of windows has doubled because there's only one plant in the country now that makes the resin for those vinyl windows. So, and they're harder to get. There's not as many. So here's another cool stat list to close. So the number of days on the market before it closes. I think we went over this earlier. So we're at 74 days right now. A year ago, we were at 90 days from the time the sign went in the yard until you sat down with the attorney and signed your papers. Days on market. This is how long it takes from the time a home is listed on average to get under contract. 2019, it was a month and a half. 2020, it was a month and a week. And then this year, we're down to 20 days. So it takes, homes are selling twice as fast right now as they were a year ago, and 2.5 times as fast as they were in 2019. So look at this stat from 2010, January 2010, it was 130 days on market was the average. When you get up to 180 days on market, that's a balanced market. So this is about a little bit over 4 months of inventory. Look where are we right now? Under a month of inventory. This is just, it's fascinating. Cumulative days on market, 22 days versus 46. And then, so that number is just going down, down, down. Median sales price, 2019, this is for the Charlotte market. The median sales price, that's a closed sales price, was 254,820 in 2019. Jumped 20,000 to 275 in 2020. And so far this year, it's up another 30,000 from that, 315,390 as the average, or I'm sorry, the median sales price for the Charlotte market. And this to me is a good indicator of home value appreciation. You see, last year we saw about 8% home value appreciation. This year it's in double digits. And again, that's because of supply and demand. And historically, over the last several years, we've seen about 6 to 8%. So 2020 was not out of the normal. 2021 is out of the normal right now. Eventually, that line is gonna slow down. It's not gonna flatten. Home values are gonna continue to appreciate, but I really don't think that a 15% appreciation rate on homes, I just don't think that's sustainable over the long term. So average sales price, again, I think the median sales price is a lot better indicator of home value appreciation because the average sales price is up 17%. Because this could just indicate that homes in more expensive neighborhoods are, are being listed this time of year versus last year for whatever reason. And then this is a cool stat right here, the percent of the original list price received. So right now people are getting on average 101% of what they're actually asking for. That's more than they're asking for. So you're listing a house for $300,000, you're getting 303 on average. So that's because there's so many homes that are getting these multiple offers and they're getting $10, $15, $20,000 over asking. And then you have some that that are getting the traditional 97% or so as well. But on average, over 100% of asking price. Finally, the housing affordability index. The higher this number is, the more affordable homes are. So May of 2020 was 123 was a number. Now we're down to 105. So so that means, for example, an index of 120 means the median household income has 120% of what's necessary to qualify for a median priced home. Median priced home, remember, a year ago was 275. Now it's 315. So now you need let's see, the median household income is 105% of what's needed for a $315,000 house. So housing affordability is is going down as the average home sales price goes up. And finally, the month supply of homes for sale, we're down to about 18 days of inventory right now. What that means is if every home that was on the market right now, let's say there was a stop, moratorium on listing new houses, no more houses can go on the market. Every house theoretically would go under contract within 18 days, 0.6 months. Whereas a year ago, that number was 2.1 months. And 2019 in April, it was 2.5 months to get all those homes under contract. So this is historical months of inventory supply. So going back to 2008, this is before the big bubble. We're a little bit over 2000. We're a little bit over 6 months. So 2019, in 2009, there was over a year of inventory. So this is when there's over 6 months over this level right here. That's when we're considered to be in a buyer's market. So this whole time we were in a buyer's market. Like I said, I got into real estate here in Charlotte in September of 2013. So ever since then, we started out in this 6 month pretty balanced inventory, and that number has just steadily gone down, down, down. There's just not as many homes for sale compared to the number of homes, number of buyers that are out there, and the actual demand. So that's the weekly market activity report for the week ending May 1st. This is the most recent data that we have on Canopy MLS. So I'll be coming back regularly with market updates so you can see what's going on in the Charlotte market. You can get an understanding of some of the trends that we're seeing. So thanks so much for taking the time to watch. If you want to see more of this content, follow me on social media. It's on Facebook and Instagram. It's at the CLT Life 704. We have great real estate content all the time, and also just other fun stuff too. I do a lot of videos and interviews with local businesses, helping them share their stories. I share those on my social media. They're also on the YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/thecltlife. Make sure you subscribe to that and hit that notification bell so you can get notified whenever there's new videos to share. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes to watch this video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Take care.